you bitches are naive. It's that you buy into the prince's fantasy. Moneoa literally is suffering from Cinderella syndrome. She so badly wanted to be Cinderella. And this person was performing the act of prince without all the prince shit. And she was like doing this. Just tunnel vision. Making sure that, because if she looks to the side, then she's gonna see, it's dust. So then she's just doing that. Like, oh no, he's my prince, girl. Like, girl, you look stupid. You look so dumb. I don't want to get on here and beat on this woman. So let's have the broader conversation, because we all know over the last couple of years on the internet, we've been talking about how banyana bamanese, the young nurses and the young teachers, bataba babedi ba betcha, legas betcha nabo le apega, legas jole nabo banyana ba. Banyana ba will do all manner of things for the warmth of a man, like old Miss Wendy. Y'all see how fucking old Miss Wendy turned out, right? The warmth of a man. Have y'all seen what fucking Wendy Williams looks like right now? And I love Miss Wendy. I'm sitting right here in front of a camera because Mary J. Blige over there paying that man that cheated on her alimony. Now you guys are here. Looking the other way when a person is proving to you time and time again that I'm a liar, I'm a cheat, I'm a fucking fraud, and I will put my hands on you. Hello, hi. Hello, yalla. It's me. It is I. Small time to your on the internet, and I am back. I'm back. Don't really have much to talk about. I was blog hopping now. Nothing interesting really going on there. Something that hasn't really weighed on me. It just came up. I suck at TikTok, but I post snippets of the videos I have on there just to try drive some traffic on here. Doesn't necessarily work because the TikTok algorithm is designed for people to stay on that platform. People don't necessarily go off that platform and follow where you say they must go. They need that short burst of content to keep them engaged and stuff. It's just designed that way. But anyway, we try. You need to have a presence on all the major social media platforms, they tell you, or try to anyway. So what happened is that I posted the snippet that I chose from the Moneoa video on there, and then I logged out and I continued with my life. Like, I really forgot. So when I did what is this video that I did? When I did the Ricky Rick and the Promise Rings one, I was like, oh, this seems like content that TikTok can chew on, because TikTok is also like that, right? Like, you can't just post things that, like, there's an audience, right? So I posted that. When I went on to post, I'm like, oh my god, some people actually engaged with the last clip I posted. I wasn't expecting that, because I've been posting since I started the channel. I've been posting snippets, and I've gauged, so to speak, the reaction I get from the video, the non-reaction and non-traction really that I get. But I kept at it, and I was really shocked that people were engaging with that, not in the most positive light. That's to be expected. The snippet that I chose could be triggering for a lot of people. I wasn't stunned that was the response, but it did give me a taste of what it would be like, of what this job is going to entail as time goes on, especially because I've been told that I can be controversial. I don't know what people mean by that necessarily, but like, I can have some very strong opinions that are opposing to what society is running with for the day, because we tend to do that, right? We latch on to what seems to be the popular opinion to have, and then we run with that because nobody wants to deal with the backlash of saying the other thing. And we also don't just say the opposite thing to be controversial and for the sake of it, because that's silly. But that's not what happened here. People were taken aback. I could make out from the comments that a lot of people didn't come watch the full video on YouTube, and that's fine. That's a calculated risk that I need to take. when I post it, I need to make the calculation that a lot of people aren't necessarily gonna, especially if you're upsetting to them, they're not gonna want to come and watch the full video. So they're gonna give the opinion based on this one clip, and you're just gonna have to deal with that. And also, a lot of them didn't listen to the Moneoa live. I refuse. I actually spoke to a lot. It's over an hour long. I can only listen to it because I have the space to. You understand? Like, I'm self-employed. I'm at home. I can have this thing playing as I work. I've listened to it. I've had to go back and listen to it this weekend to listen out for anything that I might have missed. And this was my third time having to listen to it. Because I listened to it the first time while I was working. Then I listened to it the second time attentively to sit down and make a video. And then I had to come listen to it again to refresh my memory as to after I saw all that had transpired on my TikTok. It's not that crazy, actually. It's like over 100 comments and something, but I wasn't even getting over 10 comments on the other posts and stuff. So it's a lot of traffic for my little TikTok, right? So I had some of my friends snip things that they like, because I was like, is there anything that we want to respond to? Do a respond video, because we're content creators. Oliver Monday, is there anything on there that we think is worth doing a reply on YouTube and talking about it, maybe to give a little bit more direction or clarity? Okay, I have one person here who says, I don't want to read their names, that I speak so ignorantly and made boomerang on me. I don't even know what to do with that comment. I'm not lying. I don't know what to do with it, because I'm like, you're saying that I've put out this bad energy out there, and you're saying that like, you're doing the same thing that you're saying I'm doing, babe. If you're saying that the energy I put out there must come back onto me, you've just done that. So it will boomerang on you. You wanting it to boomerang on me, girl, it's gonna end up on you too. I don't know if you did that math. I don't think you did that math. I don't know. I think I'll play the clip that I chose to post on TikTok, just so you guys also understand what people are actually responding to, right? Because I get it. To a degree, I get that. If that's all you're getting to hear about what I had to say, I get it. I had somebody on my Instagram saying that it's a trauma thing, and maybe one day I'll understand. I'm not saying it isn't a response to something or learned behavior or anything like that. I'm saying, at what point do we just stop sitting in our trauma and we unlearn something so that we can do better? And at what point do we actually just have some fucking boundaries and not use trauma as an excuse? That's a real conversation. Nobody wants to say it. It's not very popular. It's very popular to talk about unhealed wounds and childhood traumas. That's cute. That's cute. People can get behind that, because at no point do you have to say, I just don't have fucking boundaries. I so badly wanted this man who was posturing as a wealthy person to take care of me. I wanted to be a princess, which is fine. That's the conditioning that we get. A man is gonna come and save you and like take care of you, and you're gonna be his queen, and he's just gonna adore you. That's the socialization that we get. A lot of us learn early on that treatment is reserved for certain girls, and the rest of us are just gonna have to work hard. So like, this delusion doesn't stay long with us, thank goodness. Being average looking has its perks, I must say. It's the pretty girls, it's the cute ones who actually think this shit is gonna happen for them. I'm delusional, I'm sorry. Then somebody else says, so she was lied to, abused and swindled, and you open your mouth and say that law, society never ceases to amaze me. All of these things did happen to her, but I feel like because I've listened to it a number of times now, there are points where she says, okay, that I shouldn't have done, and this I shouldn't have done. Her saying that is in no way excusing the behavior of the abuser. Because let's have this conversation. The person she's alleging did these things to her is always gonna move in that fashion. And I've said this before. He's always gonna move in that fashion because there are no consequences. There are no repercussions. Nothing happens. He's married right now. Right? What's his Piwe? The person she's alleging did this to her is now married to an MEC of Gauteng, whatever department. And I said on my Instagram, do you guys really think that woman wasn't warned? The one he's now swindling, allegedly. Do you think she wasn't warned about this man and his behavior? Because he has a long track record of accusations of, like, just last year, she said, Moneoa said on the live that another friend of mine was saying that he's being accused of defrauding a foundation, a president, one of the president foundations. I don't know which one of the presidents that we've had, but one of their foundations was allegedly defrauded by him. So this person, there's a track record of him having this behavior, but he keeps getting new victim after new victim after new victim. And that only happens because he knows how to pick them. When we have the conversation of why me, I'm on the internet like everybody else. You find people asking health professionals on the internet, why did like this person target me, right? Why did this narcissist choose me? My ex-husband was this, why? And then they'll tell you that there's certain behaviors that you exhibit that make you a soft target for these people. If you all don't want to have a conversation about the fact that some people make better targets than other people, then like get the fuck on my page. I don't know what to say. It can't just all be that he's such a bad person and then it ends there. Some of you are so interested in performing goodness. Some of you are also so invested in the performance of good womanhood that you participate to a degree in victimizing yourself. Oh, I'm not gonna say that. Oh, I'm not gonna ask for too much. Oh, I'm not gonna make too much noise. Good women don't do that. You buy so much into like these nonsensical ideas of what it is to be a good woman. That makes you a target for a lot of things. In 2018, 19 through to 20, you girls were all on the internet claiming to be fucking empaths because you thought it made you look like a good person. We all did it. I'm just such an empath. I just want to help. The thing is, because I want to see goodness in other people. What you are is performing. It's a performance. Being a good person is not being a doormat. Stop confusing the two. Allowing somebody to disrespect you pushed clearly her non-existent boundaries. How does a man, I'm really still perplexed. How does a man, they were dating for 2 years. Do you guys know that? In a space, that's what she said on the live. That's what I heard, right? It's been 5 years since they stopped seeing each other, but the relationship itself ran the course of 2 years, is what she said. And I'm gonna walk it back if I didn't hear correctly, but that's what I heard her say. In a space of 2 years, Moneoa has sold your BMW, has made you take a car under your name that you can't afford, and made you post it on the internet claiming it to be yours, fucked up you in a space of 2 years. Can you guys please start having the same standards for your little stupid boyfriends that you have for your friends? Your girlfriends do one little thing wrong and you throw them out with the bathwater. All of a sudden, you know what boundaries are. Your good friend of 10 years could never sell your BMW. I'm sorry. He didn't say whatever he did with it. She alleges he took her BMW to go get it fixed and he never brought it back. Your good friend of 20 years could never do that, and then you remain in like a relationship with them of any sort. No, you'd all of a sudden have these boundaries and stuff. It's the Simon Levi thing. It's the Tinder swindler thing. You so badly want a person who seems in high position to be indebted to you that you overlook so many things. You don't know where this man like, guys, there are red flags, and then there's just this. This girl was drowning in the Red Sea and she was still like, no, the water's blue. And then I'm supposed to come on here and say she was abused and swindled and whatever. She actually accounts for some stuff. It's the rest of you on the fucking internet not wanting to look inward and account for shit that you're allowing to slide, and now you're projecting on here because being a victim is cute. Being a forever perpetual victim is cute, and everybody gets to be on your side, and you know, you're just so innocent, and that bastard of a man. That P-Way is consistent, allegedly, if all these things that she's alleging are true. His character holds. And as much as his character holds, he's somehow managing to pull in another person and then another and allegedly swindle them. So if he's remaining the same and he's managing to pull all of you, he must be looking for a particular thing in all of you that he can use. You didn't know where he slept. Guys, she didn't know where he slept. For a year, a full year, you're dating somebody and you've never been to their place. And that's your man, and you're getting up and making them breakfast and feeding them, and you're a dietitian, you're monitoring their whatever. I don't even want to do this. I don't want to keep talking about this woman. She's clearly been enough, and she's accounted for things that she felt she wants to account for. It's the rest of you. It's the rest of you saying, how could you? She was swindled. Society never ceases to. Oh, shut up. Please shut up. The boomerang girl, bad girl. Somebody says, I remind them of Slick Talk. Garasa, she's loud. To girl. Okay, I didn't know who Slick Talk was. I had to go. It says Slick Talk. Yes, I had to go look him up. He does commentary on celebrity stuff and whatever, and he does more a roast kind of style of commentary and stuff, and he is loud. I would urge all of you to learn how to use the volume button on your phones. That just do that. If you don't, no, I'm not screaming at you on purpose. Like, I'm not gonna keep explaining that. I said it on the TikTok. I'm a loud person. When my voice escalates, I don't hear it. It's not like I'm now on purpose starting to scream. It just happens on its own. When that happens, I would like you to employ your senses and like turn the volume down. If you could do that, if that's something you're capable of doing, because setting boundaries is not a thing that you're going to do. So at least turn the volume down. Somebody says my voice alone is insufferable. It's giving deflection. It's giving, I don't want to attain to the point that's been said, so I'm going to make the voice the issue. Don't listen to it, babe. Don't listen to the fucking voice, okay? Y'all pick up on these clinical terms, then come on the internet pretending to be expert in psychoanalysis. I never said I'm an expert in anything. This comment on his own is giving clinical. So I don't know if we're both doing the same thing. The comment on his own, you're being clinical by saying, I'm coming on here. Like, I don't know if you're missing what you're saying. It's all good and well for people to come on here and use clinical terms when you get to continue to be a victim. The trauma shit, we're back here. If I can continue to say, oh my god, I can't believe, like, such a bad man, ladies, like, these men, like, we know they are. It holds. It's true. They're trash. They're gonna take advantage of you. So then what should you do? Have some boundaries. Unlearn some things, pick up new things, find worth in other things. This pursuit of like happiness residing in a penis will be the death of you all. It really will. I don't care how you guys want to look at it. I really like the downfall of many a woman has been a man and some weak strokes. So we're doing the same thing you and I love. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're both coming on here and throwing around some clinical terms and psycho, because you just analyzed me, like, in saying that. Oh my god, it's giving. Let me half apply myself. Somebody says, please meet a manipulative man, super manipulative, and come back on here. People are manipulative, okay? Let's say that. There are. A lot of men will do that. A lot of men are actually, men in general are socialized to be that way, right? To not be very honest people, to manipulate their way out of things. That's a constant it holds. We know that thing already exists. I don't know why we want to appeal or try to talk to a side of a person we know doesn't exist. They're not gonna stop doing this. But manipulation works when a person has identified a certain weakness in you. And there's always going to be something, right? There'll always be something about you that makes, oh, I can use that to tug on Didi. We all have it, right? In this instance, yeah, munna, go nyagabala munna, to your detriment. And I'm sorry, I can't get behind that. You guys must have a man by all means. And that's literally the entire manipulation. You want to say, you know, munna, you want to throw that stupid dick in my face and say, oh, but at least I've got a man, even though it's like a nothing of a man. Sometimes manipulation, Yona, is just so silly. If you all self-worth and happiness was not like having a man and all of this, then a lot of the ways that men use to manipulate you just wouldn't work. Some of you talking about, who is Lerato? Why are you still asking that? So that you want him to... You're wanting him to help you through this thing so you can forgive him and get back to having a man, girl. You're saying here, I'm giving you a platform to manipulate me. I'm asking you stupid little irrelevant questions that I already have the answers to so you can lie to me so that I can go back to resting in my place of comfort of zero growth and say, oh, but he said, some of you are lying. He said, but you didn't believe him. You just stayed for whatever reason. No, not whatever. So you can say you have a man. My camera cut off while I was talking. So these are the 5 that, I think I read all 5, that she kept, different people clipped, and the ones that I saw converging. So I was like, okay, these are the ones that I'm going to talk to. Everybody else was just talking about how loud I am. A couple of people mentioned the slick talk thing. I suppose I'll link the thing, the TikTok thing, and y'all will go and look at it. But like, I want to let the Moneoa thing go simply because I find her likable, as much as I'm not saying that. And I don't want to continue to like feel like I'm harping on it or beating on her and stuff. It's just I was like, okay, this will be cool to talk about. Let's discuss some of these comments, and maybe we'll do that. Maybe when I post things on there and there's like a conversation started worth talking about, I'll come back on here and then we'll have a little chat about it. But this is interesting, the things that you guys have to say. I really wish a lot of you guys... Ooh, somebody else said something. Somebody said I was called a pick-me a few times, and then I was also called a feminist in a different video, which I am. So it's funny. The internet is a funny place. And somebody said something along the lines of, they're so tired of us disguising misogyny in the form of caring about women. See, it feels like care should only come in a specific form. If it doesn't come in exactly this cute package of you being agreeable to all the shit that women do, then it's misogyny. Okay, then it's just, you are just a misogynist and you just want to like blame women for all the things that go wrong. What I'm saying is, my take from this is that we have the conversation that boys are raised a certain way. They're conditioned a certain way from boyhood into manhood. And a part of that involves killing off a lot of their feelings. And in that, their ability to be compassionate and, you know, sympathize and empathize, all of those things die, right? Society works really hard to kill those things off because that's some gay shit, right? And then they push them out into the world to partner with you, who was taught to do the opposite, who has the capacity to love, to be compassionate. When they see that, they see a pussy, they see a wuss that they need to walk all over, they see, perfect, ripe for manipulation, right? And you're just like, I'm just such a good woman. And I'm telling you to stop that shit. It's not working for you. Quite the opposite. I'm not saying become cold and dead and whatever, but people don't deserve your softness. You being a woman and them being a man does not make them inherently deserving of your softness and your care and all of that. And if that comes across as me being a misogynist and disguising it as care for women, that's your interpretation. You can do with that if that's how you feel about it, because Care for women apparently only comes in the way of these men are so wrong, we're so good, how could they do this to us? Don't create room for people to do things to you whenever you can help it. You can't always help it, but a lot of the times you can minimize that opportunity, because I'm telling you, they will take that opportunity. If they see it, they will take it. Protect yourselves. Stop trying to appeal to a man's better nature because they killed that part off. If he's not interested in learning things and learning new things and nurturing that child in him and bringing those things, it's not your job to help him through that. It's not. Whenever you try to be a clinic for men to do that with, they just use you. And they break you and they leave you broken and in debt, and they go on to the next girl and call you a psycho. How many times are we supposed to learn the same lesson? Let's get serious. Let's just get serious for a second. I mean, really. Really, guys. Are we going to talk? Are we really going to talk? Oh, he did this to me. And they're not going to stop. I don't know how else to say this. Men aren't going to stop. They're not going to. Why would they stop, though? Ask no feature your winner. So, like, literally, I know of an incident. I wasn't at this particular function where this guy beat up his baby mama, kicked her, was stomping and kicking her, while she was on the floor. She's still with him, by the way. But he has a slew of women who are still lined up trying to be with him, thinking they're going to be the exception. The entire thing is so confusing to me. It is so confusing to me as to why warn each other if we're not going to take heed and protect ourselves. Nadia Nakai is on Comedy Central roasting whomever that rapper guy is, talking about how, babe, hun, do you know who I'm dating? We do you? Do you know who you're dating? Do you know where the last person he was dating is at? Let's take a look at this.
To call himself one of the greatest rappers alive. Yo, honestly, I didn't know we could lie about ourselves like that. You call yourself the greatest rapper from Cape Town. Babe, do you know who I'm dating?
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Was Jagakara over this? You're gonna stand over because Jagakara when this is what you want to show off, who you want to be like, oh, do you? And then ever told you something, we're supposed to be good women and just rally behind you and be like, oh, he's so bad. When was he good? When was he fucking good? When did he ever display a nature of caring about his significant others in all his time in the public space that we've seen him date people? Nicole Nyaba is in Daba. What is her surname? He denied her. She was the old school baddie who's now trying to like do a young comeback. It's not working out properly. She had a thing, an interview with Gigi LeMay, and she was detailing that, you know what, he can be so romantic, but she alleges that he's the devil. Nadia, why? You think you're the exception? Because it's one of two things, cloud chasing, or you really think you're the exception, or both. Either way, you're fucking delusional. And then when it's said and done, oh, we're just like, oh, misogynoir, right? We're just like, we're like this when it comes to black women or whatever. Like, we just don't want to protect and we just want to bash and we just want to do this. That's all. Bye. Like, really, bye. Do what you must. Date your loser boyfriends. Continue to pick them how you want to pick them. Continue to get the same results, and then gather around your little tribes where you're told that you're such a good person, Chomi, and I can't believe he did that to you. Meanwhile, all the time, friend is lying. At the back of friend said, she's like, I can't be, but she can't say that, right? Because that would disguise lady messaging. If take bye.